Hi, I'm Deb, back again with one of my favorite plants, truly one of my favorite plants. I remember the first time I met a lavender, and I was there and I'm thinking, what is that smell? And I identified it as a plant on the ground, and I pet it, and I was in heaven. So this is lavender, and this weekend we have Lavender Daze starting tomorrow, Friday through Sunday. And I want to give you kind of a preview and what to do with lavender when you take yours home. So first, there are 41 species of lavender and 8 natural hybrids. Hybrids that, well, the plants got together out there in the wild. And I want you to imagine the Mediterranean and the hills and the cliffs and the rocks and the good drainage and the winds and the heat and the sun. And that tells you how you need to grow them. So when you bring them home, find a sunny spot and find a spot that's at the top of the hill, not the bottom of the hill. Because if anything is going to kill lavender, it's going to be wet feet. So drainage is essential. And a lot of times I say, I have 3 things for you to know when you want to grow something well. And this one for lavender is drainage, drainage, drainage. And then I'd like to add 2 more, sun and compost. Because when you thought about the Mediterranean, did you think about clay soil? Probably not. So compost will break up that clay soil and make nutrients available to these absolutely gorgeous plants. So let's meet the plants. The one that I'm holding right now is one of my favorites. This is Hidcote English Lavender. And I guess I should have started by saying we will have English lavender, a lavender hybrid called lavandin, Spanish lavender, and French lavender, and a lot of different types of all of those. So I'm not going to be talking about each one of those, but just give you a taste to get you to come in and look at the rest. So here we have a beautiful, deep blue inflorescence or buds that you can see on the top. In the English lavenders, the flower is a little bit above the plant itself. So you can see that this way. And then contrast that with the hybrid. Notice the difference. These spikes are really tall. And this is the English lavender times spike lavender. And you can even see that there are tips on these inflorescences. So as you look at this, you can say, wow, which one do I like better? The one with long inflorescences or spikes with flowers, or do I like it a little shorter? Depending on which one you get, are in the 12 to 20 inch tall and wide, while thus the lavandins can be as big as 36 inches tall and wide, which, think about your space. Oh, and another comment, lavandins are less likely to be happy with wet feet in the winter because one of their parents, spike lavender, likes it really hot and dry. So please remember that. Just want to show you some new kids on the block, some new plants that have recently come on the market, really compact, 12 to 15 inches tall and wide. And look at how cute they are for the front of the border. So you could put your lavandin in the middle or the back and this in the front and have a lavender heaven. We have some tender lavenders. One of them is the French lavender. And I love the name, Lavandula dentata. And if you look at the leaves, you can see that they are indented and look like teeth, hence dentata or dentate. These, unfortunately, will not go through the winter outside, but you can bring them in. I typically bring 1 or 2 of them in because I like to go and pet them in the winter to get that boost. The other one we have is Spanish lavender, and I don't have one of those to show you, so you just have to come in and see it. But they have beautiful blooms on the top with little rooster tails, if you will, on top of the plant. And then one of my favorite of the English lavenders, and a little bit bigger and rangier, is Jean Davis. But I hope you can see that we have pink flowers. So if pink is your preference over the blues and blue violets and purples of the other lavenders that I just showed you, take a look at Jean Davis. Now, a couple other ideas for the use of lavender besides going out and feeling calm and relaxed and yet energized. You can use the buds only please, of the English lavender in your cooking, in your pastries, in your herbs de Provence mix. And the reason I said buds only is because there are some compounds in the leaves that are just too strong and for sensitive individuals can make you not feel so good. So I'd like you to come and pet the lavender that we have here at Groovy Plants Ranch for Lavender Daze starting tomorrow. And come and be relaxed and energized as you shop. See you soon.